This week's movie news is packed with jaw-dropping surprises, legendary comebacks, and major franchise updates that you won't believe. From David Arquette's shocking return in Scream 7 to Kathryn Newton signing on for Ready or Not 2, Hollywood is delivering the unexpected. The Russo brothers are teasing runtimes for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, while Vin Diesel claims Disney's eyeing a Groot solo film. Meanwhile, A Quiet Place 3 is officially moving forward. Matthew Modine joins the Godzilla X Kong sequel, and Keanu Reeves is teaming up with Fast and Furious director Justin Lin for an intense adaptation of BRZRKR. And if that wasn't enough, James Cameron just confirmed Avatar: Fire and Ash will be even longer than The Way of Water. There's a lot to unpack, so let's dive in. Marvel fans, brace yourselves, because Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars are shaping up to be two of the biggest movies in MCU history. With the multiverse saga expanding at an unprecedented pace, introducing new heroes, villains, and alternate realities at a return, the Russo brothers have an enormous task ahead, bringing it all together in an epic conclusion. But with so many storylines to resolve, how long will these movies actually be? In a recent interview with Collider, Joe Russo gave fans a long-awaited update on the runtime. According to him, Avengers Doomsday is expected to run for 2.5 hours, while Secret Wars could stretch to a whopping 3 hours. Considering the sheer scale of these films, bringing together not just the MCU, but Sony's Spider-Verse, Fox's X-Men universe, and beyond, this runtime might seem surprisingly short. Of course, things could change in the editing room, and fans wouldn't be surprised if either film ends up even longer, but for now, it seems Marvel is keeping things somewhat manageable. Mark your calendars. Avengers Doomsday lands in theaters May 2026. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest MCU news. The Scream franchise has long been a staple of horror, delivering 6 thrilling films packed with unforgettable moments. Now, as anticipation skyrockets for Scream 7, set to hit theaters on February 27, 2026, every new casting announcement fuels the excitement and controversy. The latest shocker? David Arquette is back as Dewey Riley. Yes, the same Dewey who met a gruesome end in Scream 5 2022. His brutal and definitive death made a return seem impossible, yet here we are. How will the film expand his presence? Flashbacks, dream sequences, or is Scream 7 about to throw a game-changing twist at fans? And Arquette isn't the only surprise. Matthew Lillard is reprising his role as Stu Macher. Though presumed dead in the original Scream, his fate was never explicitly confirmed, leaving room for speculation. Fans have debated his survival for years, and now the mystery is back in full force. And that's not all. Neve Campbell returns as Sidney Prescott, reuniting with Courtney Cox's Gale Weathers. With so many legacy characters back in action, Scream 7 could be a nostalgia-fueled masterpiece or a chaotic mess. Will this be a horror classic or a misstep? We'll find out in 2026. Until then, stay tuned for more updates. Horror fans, get ready, because the sequel to 2019's cult hit Ready or Not is officially on the way. After a detour into the Scream franchise and last year's vampiric thriller Abigail, directors Matt Bellatini-Oplin and Tyler Gillett are headed back to their breakout film. And they're bringing some familiar faces along for the ride. Samara Weaving has confirmed her return as Grace, the resourceful bride who survived her new in-law's deadly game of hide and seek. But she won't be alone. Kathryn Newton, Abigail Freaky also joined the cast, marking a reunion with the directing duo. Could more Scream alumni be next? We'll have to wait and see. As for the plot, well, that's still a mystery. Ready or Not ended with most of the De Lomas family meeting a, explosive fate. So what's next for Grace? Will long-lost relatives emerge to finish what the others started? Or will she find herself in an entirely new nightmare? Well, one thing's for sure. Writers Guy Busick and R. Christopher Murphy are back, so expect another blood-soaked thrill ride. While Searchlight hasn't set a release date, filming kicks off this year, making an early 2026 premiere highly likely. It looks like Marvel fans might be heading to Planet X. Fast and Furious star Vin Diesel has hinted at a Groot spin-off film, potentially bringing the beloved talking tree back for a solo adventure. Taking to Instagram, Diesel dropped a major tease, writing, "Disney wants their Planet X. which some say is Marvel's most anticipated movie, haha. The film where Groot returns to his home planet. While there's no official confirmation yet, the idea of a movie exploring Groot's origins is already generating massive buzz. Diesel has voiced Groot across multiple MCU films, including the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, Avengers Infinity War, Endgame, and Thor: Love and Thunder. But while he seems eager to return, not all of his co-stars feel the same way. Dave Bautista has made it clear he's done with this role, unless James Gunn personally asked him back, which seems unlikely now that Gunn is running DC Studios. That said, Bautista isn't turning his back on superhero films entirely. He's actively looking for a new role in either the MCU or DCU, even telling Gunn and the Russo brothers, "Don't count me out." With Diesel teasing Planet X and Marvel consistently expanding, could a Groot solo film be next? The MonsterVerse is expanding once again, and this time it's bringing in a familiar face from Stranger Things. The highly anticipated sequel to Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire has officially cast Matthew Modine, best known as Dr. Brenner from Netflix's hit sci-fi series. Modine joins an already stacked cast which includes newcomers Caitlin Dever, Jack O'Connell, Delroy Lindo, alongside returning star Dan Stevens as Trapper. The sequel, directed by Grant Sputor with a script by David Callahan, promises to raise the stakes as Godzilla and Kong unite once more to battle a cataclysmic world-ending threat. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Modine will portray a general, marking a full-circle moment in his career. The actor first gained fame in the 1980s with Full Metal Jacket, where he played a U.S. Marine, making his commanding role a fitting evolution. Interestingly, Modine isn't the first Stranger Things alum to step into the MonsterVerse. Millie Bobby Brown previously starred as Madison Russell in Godzilla King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong, though she did not return for The New Empire and likely won't appear in the sequel either. With filming set to begin in April in Australia, the hype for this MonsterVerse installment is only growing. The A Quiet Place franchise has redefined horror by making silence the ultimate weapon, and its success shows no signs of slowing down. After the 2018 original and its thrilling 2021 sequel, the world of the Death Angels expanded even further with the 2024 prequel, A Quiet Place: Day One, a gamble that paid off with a massive $261 million global box office haul. Franchise producer Brad Fuller recently spoke at SXSW, confirming that A Quiet Place 3 is in the works. However, the delay in its release is largely due to John Krasinski's packed schedule. John is so in demand. When we made the first one, he had just come off The Office and wanted to be a director. Now he's making another movie, and once that's done, hopefully, he'll turn his attention to A Quiet Place 3. So what's next for the franchise? With A Quiet Place Part 2 ending on a cliffhanger, as Reagan Abbott discovered how to kill the Death Angels, the third installment could be more action-packed than ever, focusing on humanity's fight to reclaim their world. While no release date has been announced, the fact that A Quiet Place 3 is actively moving forward is a major step in the right direction. Justin Lin, the visionary director behind the Fast and Furious franchise's explosive revival, is set to helm BRZRKR, the gritty Netflix adaptation of Keanu Reeves' best-selling comic. Reeves, who co-created the story, will star and produce alongside Stephen Christie, Stephen Hamill, and Ross Ritchie. Lin will also produce under his Perfect Storm banner. This marks a reunion for Lin and Reeves, who previously collaborated on Lin's indie drama Last Days. Reeves stepped in as an angel investor when Lin's funding fell through, a gesture the director called inspirational. Penned by the Batman 2 co-writer Mattson Tomlin, BRZRKR follows an immortal warrior, B, cursed with an 80,000-year battle for survival. Now working for the US government, B seeks the ultimate prize, the truth behind his existence and how to end it. The comic's massive success, with over 3.5 million copies sold, has spawned a novel and an anime spin-off in development. With Lin at the helm and Reeves leading the charge, BRZRKR is shaping up to be an action-packed, blood-soaked epic. Get ready for an extended stay on Pandora. James Cameron's upcoming Avatar: Fire and Ash will run even longer than Avatar: The Way of the Water's 3-hour, 12-minute runtime. Speaking with Empire, Cameron revealed that Fire and Ash emerged after realizing The Way of Water had too many ideas crammed into its first act. The film was moving like a bullet train, he explained, so I said, guys, we've got to split it. The decision appears justified as the Avatar franchise remains a box office titan. The original Avatar still holds the highest grossing film record, while The Way of Water sits at third place. Sam Worthington and Zoe Saldana return, while co-writer Amanda Silver emphasized the film's depth. These movies are more than just propulsive plot and spectacle, these are real characters. Cameron, committed to Avatar 4 and 5, remains enthusiastic. They're cracking stories. They've got to get made. Avatar Fire and Ash hits theaters December 19th, 2025, with sequels set for 2029 and 2031. Which upcoming movie has you the most hyped? Avatar Fire and Ash, A Quiet Place 3, Godzilla X Kong 2, or BRZRKR? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the latest updates on all things movies and TV.